Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is Atris, and today we're playing Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today we're playing against a Zerg player named Mimi, and we're on the map Orbital Shipyard? I always get Orbital and Dusk Towers mixed up. Anyway, we're on a map, and we're going to play against a Zerg player. That's the important information here. So I'm going to drop a 13 pylon and 13 assimilator. There we go. And I'm gonna go gateway first, simply because I'm playing against a Zerg player, and the wall and early defense is just a better idea against a Zerg player. So got my assimilator down, got my gateway going down at 15, I believe. And then I'm going to go for the 17 Nexus, just saving up minerals at this point, and going to continue to try and get my base fully saturated after that. So as soon as I drop my Nexus, I'm going to go scout a wee bit and decide whether I'm going to go Blink Stalker Disruptor or Dark Templar or Void Race. Spoiler alert, I go for kind of a crappy all three of those, and it doesn't really work very well. But anyway, drop my gateway, and I've got my Nexus down. I'm dropping my Cybernetics core at 18, and I'll be dropping my second assimilator while sending a probe over to scout. Now, admittedly, this particular game is not very good, I guess I would say. Not played at the highest level for sure, but it does have a very not a very unique thing, but a difficult problem that I would say a lot of players are having, that are having a problem with anyway, and that is Zergling drops. It's a completely viable strategy for the Zerg player, and it just gives them just that one more thing to cause problems, and to keep that early aggression on, which the Zerg player absolutely needs to stay in the game. I'm making my mothership core, by the way, at 20, 21, 22, and getting my warp gate, dropping 3 pylons right at my base, and I should be doing the same at my other base, but I'm not. Queuing up just a crap load of workers, and got my mothership core out already. But like I was saying, they need to keep that aggression up, because if they are not aggressive, they kind of, at least in my experience playing them or anything, they just seem to not do as well if they're not aggressive. Now that's not the case for all of them, and I realize that's kind of a blanket statement, but that's just my my thoughts on it. Anyway, I was gonna drop a Stargate. I didn't. Ended up dropping a Twilight Council, so I'm planning on going Blink Stalker Disruptor or DTs. My mind changes, the whole game. I dropped 2 more gateways just so that either way, whether I'm gonna go DTs or DTs or Blink Stalker, I'm gonna have what I need. I'm making a sentry because I'm planning on using that for scouting purposes, for field, that kind of crap. I'm trying to play around with it more, for sure. I was gonna get Blink, but then I didn't, and then I decided, you know what? No, I want to go Sky Toss, and then I thought, well, no, screw that. I'll go. I don't know what I'm gonna go. To be honest, it's not a very good one. But anyway, this is the part of the game that I really cared about, was the Ling drops. Now they got quite a few kills on all my probes, and my mothership core is really slow to catch on. And I realized that I didn't make any defensive pylons, so I'm kind of screwed. So I just have to straight away, fire that one off, and make those warp gates, and try and get some stalkers or zealots out, just so that I can defend myself. I don't want to die to 6 Zerglings. But my mothership core is, she's sort of dealing with the problem. I realized that, okay, well, he's only got 2, so I'll just go with this. So I just start fully saturating my base again, and I'm going to drop 2 defensive pylons to make sure that I don't die. and then he drops another 8, which is a completely viable strategy. Again, I'm not salty about it or anything like that. It's definitely something that they have and that they should use if they've got it. But I take them out, and I've got my Dark Shrine going down, and you can see I'm flooding a little bit. My opponent definitely is, because I've watched the replay and he's just completely focused on these Zergling drops and that. But I'm going to warp in 2 DTs simply because I didn't have enough minerals in that. I do see that he's got the Ventral Sacks on this one, so I'm just going to bring my Sentry over and have him take it out, making an Oracle for sort of double trouble harassment on his mineral lines. Going to send my 2 DTs over there, and we're going to see what we can do. Again, still trying to get fully saturated because of those lings. I was, way behind. I felt on economy, but let me look at the economy. I'm actually still ahead, even without full saturation. This guy I guess, was solely focused on doing damage with those Ventral Sacks. It just sometimes happens, you put all your eggs in one basket, and then you have to try and switch gears and try and catch back up. I'm gonna drop 2 more gateways. Got my second base almost fully saturated. I think I got my first base back to being fully saturated, and gonna send my 2 DTs in, try and do a wee bit of scouting, make sure he doesn't have his third. He doesn't. He's actually just putting it up, so I'm just gonna go try and tear it down with my DTs. If nothing else, I just want to slow down or stop that second base or third base from going up. I assume it's a third base. I'm actually going to send my Oracle into the back, and I'm just going to keep warping in Stalkers at this point. And it looks like I'm going to get it, but he does have a Spore Crawler down, so he can very effectively push my Oracle away, but I see that he does have a third. My 2 gateways are just about done, and I'm just going to pull my DTs over, try and hide them here in the corner here. That way, if he comes for any aggression, I might be able to see it real quick on the mini map, and at the same time, if he does do some sort of aggression on me at my front door, I'll have 2 DTs there, and I'll just run them straight in and take them out. But again, he's doing the Ling drops, but I've got 5 Stalkers that I'm going to try and take care of it with, and move the Mothership Core over just in case I need to. Photon overcharge anything. Didn't lose very many probes this game or this time, so all in all, it's a lot better. Simply because I had those 5 Stalkers sitting in my base. But I'm just going to do another round of warp-ins. You can see that I'm down on Vespene gas, and I'm just going to start making a bunch of. I'm going to make a Void Ray. I think I'm going to start queuing up Void Rays. I can't remember. But I am down on Vespene gas, so I need to get my production back up. I guess he took out a few from that. But it's not a big deal. I'm just going to leave those 6 there, just to, 2 there, and just to sort of defend on that. I'm going to warp in another round of Stalkers, and I'm just going to go with this. I'm not sure what he's got, but I'm just thinking in my head that since he's doing this amount of aggression, he doesn't have a whole lot. He's spent, well over 1,000 minerals just on, drops. So, I'm feeling pretty okay. I do see that he's got Hydralisks, so I'm just going to warp in a whole bunch more Stalkers. And the correct play would have been, robotics facility and disruptors, something like that. But I've got plenty of Stalkers. I'm feeling pretty confident in it. I do see his, at least a wee bit of his army, and I'm just sort of scrolling around the map for whatever reason. But I'm just going to send these guys in there and then sort of try to cause problems. He takes out a few of my guys that are just rallied over there, and that's no good. But his army's on his way. I'm gonna come over here with my Mothership Core, try and see what we can do, see if we can defend this. But if that's all that he's got, I'm more than okay. Turns out it is all that he's got, because he's gonna run up, try and do some stuff, and I just photon overcharge just to defend myself. And my guys have already cleaned up his mineral line, and putting it down. He just says LOL, and I say base trade, I guess, and he just leaves. I guess he wasn't very happy about it. But anyway, definitely could have defended those Ling drops a little bit better, but it was just a problem that I've had before, and I just wanted to show you know kind of how I dealt with it. Definitely could have streamlined my build order a lot more, seeing as I went for you know DT, Void Ray, Oracle, Blink Stalker, sort of crappy hodgepodge build. But you know that's just you know you learn from that, and you know try not to be as indecisive as all that. And turns out I didn't even get Blink. But I'll leave the build order down below anyway. And again, this was mostly just for the wing drop, just to sort of get that out there, just to show how I dealt with it. And if you've got any, you know, particular victories in that arena, you know, please leave them down below. Let me know what you did. And like I said, build order will be down below. Don't forget to click that like button, and for sure, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Ta!